should have just gotten done reading your geode, Nez Perce, The People. A fun fact, Nez Perce is French for pierced nosed. So this was written by Rachel Hylton, illustrations by Jen Corus. So the directions say, how did the Nez Perce people survive on their homeland? Explain in 2 sentences. So you are looking for ways that these people were able to survive. So think of how they got their food, think of how they built their homes, what did they do with the land that surrounded them. I see a lot of beautiful pictures about how they use their canoes to go fishing. Lots of great captions in this geode. So explain in 2 sentences how the people survived on their homeland. So you can go ahead and pause me and complete this, and when you are ready, move on to the next section. This says, draw a detailed picture of how the Nez Perce people survived. Include at least 3 examples. So you just wrote a couple sentences. Hopefully you started with, the Nez Perce people survived on the land by. Here you can draw detailed pictures to help describe how they survived on the land. This time you're going to include at least 3 examples, and you can use the icons in the corners to help draw some inspiration for you. So when you are done with this section, you can move on to the last. The last part says, write down 1 thing you have learned from the captions in this book. So for example, on page 1, it says, the Nez Perce call themselves Nipipu, which means the people. If you turn to page 5, it says, the Columbia, Snake, and Clearwater rivers were home to salmon, trout, eel, and sturgeon. The Nez Perce used nets, spears, and long gaff hooks to catch fish. The captions on page 9 read, the Nez Perce acquired horses in the early 1700s. With horses, they could travel to the Great Plains to hunt buffalo. So these people were also nomadic. They became known for their large horse herds. And on page 13, the caption reads, the walls and roofs of longhouses were made from long, thin reeds called tules. Up to 30 families could live together in one house. Whew, that's a lot of families. All right, so write down 1 thing you've learned from any one of those captions from this book.